Hello everybody, it's Greg Coleman of the Made Face once again coming to you. Today I'm going to be doing a man to woman look. So what I'm going to be doing is basically going from what you see before you into a lady. Now a couple things that I want to note is that I left scruff here because I want to show you how you could leave a couple of days. This is like 2 or 3 days. Hair doesn't grow very fast with me. I must be like a prepubescent boy. I don't know. But you can leave a few days of scruff and still achieve the look you're going for, and I'll teach you how to do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cover up my eyebrows. I'm going to do one side of my face and not the other, and then I'll complete it and then come back and show you the finished look. So I'm going to start by covering my eyebrows. I'm just going to use an Elmer's glue stick. I use the purple one. And I'm going to actually cover everything but this little end I'm going to leave. I'm going to cover everything else. So I'm just going to go and put the Elmer's glue stick right over my eyebrow. Go both directions because you want to make sure you get the glue right in there. And this is going to help to really stick those eyebrows down. And we're going to leave that to sit for just a moment. And then we're going to come back in a minute and address that. I'm actually going to do the other one as well at this point just to get it all prepped and ready to go. So get this nice and in there. I have really light brow hair, so it'll be pretty easy to cover. If you have darker brow hair, I'm going to teach you a little technique in a minute how to cover that. So, alright. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that to set. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start to kind of get rid of all this stubble. So a great way to do that, if you have hair that grows in dark, like my hair goes in kind of a dark brown to black shade, sometimes a little red, then you can use a pink or a peachy tone or a red tone to cover up any kind of stubble. So I'm going to use, since I'm fair, I'm going to use a pink tone in my severe exposure wheel that I have from Ben Nye. And I'm just going to use a sponge to apply this. Usually I would not recommend applying with sponges, but in this case I'm going to. And I'm just going to dab all over the area where the hair is growing in. And do a patting motion rather than a swiping motion because you want to get maximum coverage. So that's that. Now we're going to go into foundation. So for drag, you want to use something pretty thick. I'm going to be using a couple different foundation shades. I'm actually going to be going into a foundation that's my skin tone. I don't know what the name of this is. It's a Max Factor product. And basically anywhere where I want a little bit lighter, or my skin tone, I'm going to put this everywhere. So we're going to go, well, I don't know why I put it that way. But I'm going to put it all over everywhere, including down where I just put that peach color. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a sponge, and I'm just going to blend this out. Okay, so I'm going to blend this out, and then I'm going to come back and show you what that looks like, okay? Alright, so I did my whole entire face, and then I went ahead and what you do with the eyebrows is you go ahead and you do the glue, and then you just powder, 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 powder. You really press the powder into it. What I use is a Coty transparent powder mixed with a tiny bit of tan Coty powder as well. And you can see just the edges, the inside tips of my eyebrows are showing still. And then I went ahead and took a little bit of Super White by Ben Nye, and just on the outside edge, I just kind of pressed that on each side. So that's going to kind of act as my highlight whenever I get to doing my drag eyes. You also might be wondering, why is he doing his face first? Every other video he's done, he has done eyes first. Well, because it's a drag look, I'm going to be doing all kinds of crazy contouring. So I like to get my face done first. I'm going to do all kinds of powder under my eye, a super white powder. So anything that falls down from my lids will fall into that powder, I can sweep it away when I'm done and ready to blend. So that's why. So don't worry about all the rules I taught you before. You can see how everything looks nice and even, and now we're ready to kind of create dimension in the skin. So what I like to do first is I'm going to go ahead and do some contouring. We do the contouring and the highlighting first when you're doing a drag look, because you basically want to, you want everything to kind of what they call cook. You let it kind of cook, you let it kind of sit and like marinate in itself. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take a brush like this, a basic concealer brush. I'm going to use a creamy matte foundation to do my, low lighting. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and create shapes. Alright, so I decided to fast forward this. I'm just going to give you some commentary. I'm just basically chiseling out the hollow of the cheek. I'm also chiseling out right along the hairline just to make that deep, so when you put on a wig it's going to blend in with that wig color. Right along the jawline you want to go ahead and create some dimension, and then also on the outside edge of the neck. This is all just, again, low lighting, contouring, making sure that you're just chiseling out whatever area you want. Also down the outside edge of the nose, toward the tip, and also in the upper inner corner of the eye. You're just going to put some of this deeper color, and that's going to just create an amazing feminine feature. So I hope you enjoy that. And then we're going to do highlighting. So for highlighting, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a powder puff. I'm just going to go into some super white powder, and then I'm going to put it in some... Alright, so basically I'm going to be doing my highlighting now. So I'm taking that super white powder, I'm going right on the center of the forehead, on the upper cheekbone area. I'm also going to be going right down the center of the nose with this, and then I'm going to be taking it on the upper lip area, the chin, and right underneath that contoured line. Alright. So, I'm going to go ahead and finish the other side, and we will come back in just a moment. Ah! Alright, well, you can see I look like a crazy hot mess, but this is basically just letting everything kind of cook in the skin and let it kind of absorb and get its goodness happening. So now I'm going to move on to the eyes. I'm going to start actually by using a white, creamy, foundation-y type thing. It's actually a clown white color. I'm going to use that all over my lid. Not that I'm a clown or anything, but I'm just going to use a little bit of a white all over the lid. I want it to be nice and creamy. I'm just using this as kind of a base on the lid, and I'm actually going to be using something else on the lid in a minute. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, you can see that white. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this thing here. This is actually a mixing medium by M.A.C. I'm going to put that all over my lid and let it sit just for a moment, not very long. And I'm just going to use the other side of this brush and go right over the top of this. And then I'm going to take this, which is a glitter. I can't even read what it is. It's just a really shimmery white glitter. I'm going to be putting this all over my lid. So you can use your finger. What I'm going to use is this brush on the other side. And I'm just going to be pressing this all on top of that mixing medium. So you can see that. See how shimmery and shiny that is? Beautiful. Now I'm going to go in with a brown, actually, into the crease. And I'm going to be doing a, let's see, I'm going to be using this Raisin brown color. And I'm just going to define where I want my crease to be. So basically, that line I made here, where from my contour from my nose, I'm going to be going basically a little high, and just define back and forth by doing little windshield wiper motions, just define where you want your crease to be. Now because this is a man to woman look, you're dragging this out, so I'm really making it nice and defined, as you can see. You can see how I'm raising that crease up quite a bit. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in for some color. I want some color. But before I do that, I'm actually going to take a black. I'm going to use a really fine crease brush. This is like almost like an artist, kind of a really small crease brush. And just with some matte black, I'm going to go right under that crease and really define it. So I really want that to pop. I want this to create some levels of dimension, back and forth, right underneath where that brown color is. Just blending that in. You can see how that's already deepening up the crease. And then kind of swirl that down into the corner of the eye as well. The key to doing any kind of look, even a drag look, is blending, believe it or not. A lot of drag queens don't blend, and if you're doing a female look, really want to blend. So once you get it on there, you can even take another brush, a second brush, and you can kind of go back in and blend it out. And kind of just go down into the corner of the eye. Now I'm going to take another brush, it's a real fluffy brush, and just go back in and kind of start blending. So just softening that up. Then I'm going to go in with a purple color using another brush. We'll use this brush. This brush here, it's a nice fluffy brush again. Just going with a purple color or any bright color. I like to add a little bit of brightness just to the outside edge especially, and just kind of dust that over top of everything. Alright, so both of the eyes are pretty much done. What I'm going to do now though is I'm going to take a brush and just sweep away any excess. I did this eye already. Sweep away any excess from the brow just lightly. You can see it's still pretty much invisible. And then I'm going to take a white eyeshadow, just a white Ben Nye pressed eyeshadow. It's a matte color. Just going to take a brush. This is actually a blending brush. And I'm just going to kind of press that over the end of that eyebrow and then down here where that highlight will be. Just give it a little extra oomph, a little extra coverage here. Like that. So I know it looks kind of crazy because you can't really see any kind of dimension in my face right now, except for my eyes. But once I get everything done, you'll understand what I'm doing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this brown color, and that's going to be my brow color. This is actually a brown called dark brown. That was really impressive. Dark brown. And I'm just going to take and now draw my brows on. So I want my brows to be a little higher than normal. I'm going to use the end of my actual brow here, go up a little higher, and then still do that nice arch. Yep, so you've seen me do a brow a bazillion times. Of course, this is going to be a little more extreme than a normal brow. So yeah, just watch. So I'm going to finish up. See how I did that? Well, hello. So yes, I've done the brows. Now I'm going to go on to the eyeliner. So I'm going to be using a black eyeliner, just a gel black eyeliner, using a nice pencil point brush. I'm going to be drawing on the eye line. So you want to do eyeliner first, then we're going to do the fake fabulous lashes in a minute. Can't wait. So I'm going to do one eye line, show you what I want to do, and then go stop it, and then come back and show you how to do the fake lashes. So I'm just basically going to go from here, from the middle of the eye, so where the pupil is, I'm going to draw a line from the middle of the eye, straight up, to really create some drama. So you can see that. So middle of the eye, right where the pupil is, then just kind of go straight out. Then go straight down from that line down to the corner of the eye. So that way you're getting a really crazy, awesome cat eye look. Okay? Then you're just going to fill that shape you just drew, fill that completely in. See that? Creates a really cool cat eye effect. Then we're going to go right into the corner of the eye here and just fill in across. And then also down below the eye. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. It's simple as that. And then we're going to put the fake lashes on. I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, so I'm back and I'm putting on my lashes. I have one set of lashes on the top and the bottom. It's very simple. All you want to do is make sure you put the lash glue all the way across the strip. And what I like to do is make sure that I kind of lift the outside edge and make it a little bit turned up when I'm putting them on. That way you guarantee, especially with these long drag queen type lashes, that you guarantee a little lift on the outside. And then make sure that the bottom lash, same thing, you want to make sure it's not too turned up this time. You want to make sure it's turned down. And give it a little press and you should be good to go. It gives you a really nice dramatic look and definitely feminizes the look if you're going from male to female. So there you have it. And of course I was having a little bit of difficulty with one of them wanting to come up. Since this video is superbly long, what I'm doing next is I'm going to go ahead in with a fluffy brush and I'm brushing away any excess powders that I have on my face. The cooking is done and it's, you know, the baby's out of the oven. So we're going to go ahead and dust all that away, and we're doing that with a nice fluffy brush. Next I'm going to go in and blend with a sponge, just kind of blending out any of those harsh lines from the contour cream that I used earlier. And then I'm going in with a Raisin Ben Nye powder, and I'm just deepening that back up, so creating more contrast and depth in those areas that I did earlier. So the hollow of the cheek, along the neckline, and also up on the hairline as well. Just deepening that up again to make sure my forehead looks smaller, because feminine features dictate that your forehead is a little bit smaller and less Cro-Magnon man. So I've done all that, and the next thing I'm going to be doing is going in with a little bit of blush. A little bit of highlight, the Lightscapade by M.A.C. I'm highlighting the upper cheekbone, the middle of the forehead, right down on the chin, underneath that contour, and also on the end of the nose. And then I'm going to take a little bit of powder and brush over the top of that. Not powder, just a brush, a fluffy brush. Brush over the top of that. Now I'm going to take a little bit of blush, because I'm a queen who loves to have his blush on. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of blush and blend that, not right on the apple, but kind of back towards that contour and blend it into the contour. Just have a little bit of brightness there, and I like to take a little of that brightness and go right up on the forehead, just a teeny bit right there as well. So that will kind of complete that once you blend that all out, and you will have a dragtastic kind of look. It's just fabulous. So now we're going to do lips. I'm going to go in, I'm going to do a pretty, really vibrant pink lip, but I'm going to use a Night Moth lip liner by M.A.C. And I'm going to really over-define my lips quite a bit, starting at the Cupid's bow here. I'm not going to be able to talk while I do this, obviously. Well, he can't talk, but I sure as heck can. So basically you're over-defining your line using Night Moth by M.A.C. Just making sure you get a nice Cupid's bow shape and attaching that down into underneath the bottom lip, and then filling in the outside corners to create a lot of depth and dimension on the outside corners. Night Moth is a really deep plum kind of a color, so it's really fun to deepen up that outside corner, makes your lip actually look fuller once you get the other color on. I cannot speak for some reason. I'm going to take a lip brush and just brush out and kind of blend that out and kind of create a little more fuller lip doing that. So you're just blending out the line and filling in some of the lip with that. And then I'm going to be taking a beautiful color called Candy Yum Yum. I love this color. Adding this pink over the top brightens everything. It's going to create more of a pinky purple kind of a look. And then you just blend everything together using your lip brush. And then you can go back in with your Night Moth and kind of define the outside edges if you need to redefine that, and you're done. And that, my friends, is it. I'm going to come right back and show you the finished look with the wig on, and I will be back in just a moment. Well, hello. So this is the finished product. Hi, I'm Cassidy, and it's been a real pleasure to be with you today. I'm just kidding. So this is the this is the finished product, man to woman or drag queen. You know, I am firmly convinced that makeup is a powerful medium of art. So you can do all kinds of fun things with it. It just takes a little imagination and it takes a little bit of creativity. If you are not able to accomplish these types of looks, then that's what I'm for. So just contact the Made Face and we can come out and we can create a fabulous look, either dramatic like you're seeing here, or you could do an everyday look. We are versed in all kinds of things. I think we've shown that to you by now with all the different things we've created. So thank you so much for being a part of the Made Face. Thank you so much for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Don't forget about the Facebook page, www.facebook.com/themadeface. And again, this is Cassidy signing off for the Made Face. Have a wonderful day. Toodaloo. Just posing.